This is my anniversary.
Oh.
Yeah, don't you love how I just start the podcast off with just a statement?
I love it.
It is the anniversary of me stepping in to the heart space that I've been in for a year now. And I want to celebrate. I'm going to celebrate this day with you because I think you absolutely deserve this download right now. Okay?
Thank you.
So, a year ago, I went to David Gray's house. David Gray's a friend of mine. I've known him forever, right? We used to party in New York. We used to spot. We used to hang out.
David Gray, the musician.
No, David Gray, the actor. David Gray, a different one, right? So, it was funny. So, went to his house in the Valley a year ago, watching, it was football Sunday. And he invited his friend Robin. Robin was somebody I flirted with on Facebook. She was dating somebody at the time, and we met, and we had this 3-hour, really good connection. Deep conversations, rolling fucking feelings, everything else. And I was jazzed up. I felt really good because I was ready, because all of 2016, I was sworn off of women. I was done. I mean, women have been my greatest drug that I've ever experienced, ever tasted, ever touched, and ever had. And I was done. I was just like, my brother was getting nervous for me. He thought, oh my God, you're not gonna have a relationship, don't you want a partner? And I'm like, nah, don't worry, I got money. I'll just have a sponge bath by a hot nurse when I'm dying.
Right.
Right? And I remember that day, like it was yesterday, because it felt like yesterday.
Oh.
I drove home. I remember leaving his house, we smoked a joint. And I drove home and I was like, I am fucking alive. I felt alive, I felt great, I felt turned on. Robin turned me the shit on. She was beautiful, she was hot. We had this great conversation, but we just couldn't date because she was dating somebody. And I was like, fuck, I need this. So I decided on the way home that I would stop at Whole Foods because I was hungry. And Whole Foods has always been to me whole pickup.
Right.
Because I can go into a Whole Foods or Air One and it's like that, it's on. That's my thing. I'm not a bar person, right, at all. So I go to the Sherman Oaks Whole Food and I pull in and I walk in and I
know that one very well.
You know that one, right? Okay.
Yes.
So I fucking get into like me. I'm like, and when I get into me, I'm getting into my sexual fucking being, I'm getting into my soul being, and I'm looking around and the food sucks in that Whole Foods.
Yeah.
It's just really bad.
It's dry and
Dry,
old.
really bad, really old. So I saw this girl. She was at the register. And I looked at her and I gave her the look, you fucking naughty girl, right? And she looked back at me and it was on. And we would have had sex 5 minutes later. But I realized it's not what I wanted. Mm-hmm. Now, I didn't have sex all of 2016 from February to November. So I was on a 9-month hiatus, jerking off once a week. I'm talking and that was only because I had to because the pain would get down there, so I had to relieve the pain. It was kind of like the pipes, the pipes need cleaning once in a while. So I was feeling my chi, and I went to this naturopath that told me I gave my chi away to too many women and I needed to cleanse, so I took him seriously. So I was on this whole thing, and I get in my car and I'm fucking high, and I'm like, fuck, it's calling me. Brentwood Whole Foods, it's calling me. So I literally drive the 405, I get off at Sunset, I drive down to the Whole Foods, and this woman was standing there. And I walked over her, and she was looking at coconut sugar, and I said something clever, about coconut sugar. And men are always like, what do you say to meet women? It's like, I say nothing except what we're doing, and we're going to create a moment, because that's what it is, because we're living our own movie, and I'm a leading fucking man in my own movie, and she is my potentially leading lady. We went out, and we had a great time between Thanksgiving and Christmas. We went to the Langham Hotel in Pasadena for a romantic night, and she was awesome, and she opened me up, and we ended up fizzling out, but that was the beginning of my journey. And I started thinking to myself, I got rid of the list, okay, so that's what we're talking about, you and your list. I know this is the list season, and you're a great combination of naughty and nice, and if I was Santa and you were sitting on my lap right now, I would feel your naughty and nice energy, and I would tell you I'm a little too old for you because Santa's probably about 1,000 years old easily, right? But he's got his
vitality.
Right, his vitality. So what you need to do is stick it into feeling zones. So I started asking the universe, not to sound L.A. airy-fairy, I was placing an order for her. And then I started saying to myself, this is what I want. I want the greatest sex I've ever had in my entire life, okay? Because I've always been great for other people, because it's been something, I've been a fucking horny, sensual being since I was a kid. I was 5, my mother would have to pull me off of my penis because I was bouncing on it, and she'd pull me to dinner and I'd still be gyrating. You know, I'd read dirty books when I was a kid. I never watched porn because it's all about romance to me anyway. So I decided that this year, 2017, I was going to make a request, and this is what you need to do. Ready?
Okay.
We're going to go through your list in a second.
All right.
But I literally wrote down, and I thought about her every single day. I thought about what she looks like, what she feels like, the conversation we're going to have, the stimulation, the sex that we're going to have. I mean, the way we're going to tell each other how much we love each other, the way we're going to fucking never feel this way. Both of us have never felt this way before, regardless of what age she's at, because I never put an age on her.
Right.
You know, that's something I learned, you know, because I can tell you I've put ages sometimes. I'll say, I want to meet someone 40, and, you know, sure enough, I will date 3 women in a row who are 40. So I've learned you don't put ages on it, because whenever you put an age on it, you get that age, but you may not get that soul connection.
Right.
So I chiseled and dated and went from one mini relationship to the next, and it just started like, it was like a snowball effect. And now I'm fully open to being emotionally vulnerable. I own all my vulnerability. I'm fine with my vulnerability. I love being vulnerable, and I want that partnership, that relationship where I can go the distance, because I've never believed in the distance. I was always that person who been married and say, fuck marriage, I don't believe in it. Are you kidding me now? I want a life partner, whatever that means. I could care less if I ever get married again. If they want to get married, I'm fine with that, because I'll fulfill their fantasy in that. But I am cracked open like never before.
It's incredible.
And the vulnerability is fucking unreal, because I own my vulnerability. I own it like with no debt. You know, I'm not making payments to it. I'm okay with it. And that's where it gets really sexy, because then I also know that I can find my co-creator and my equal in that, and together we're going to write books, and we're going to fucking have creative programs and projects, and we're going to make a shitload of money. I put $5 million. I put a number on the money.
Nice.
Because that's what I want left to fully retire. So I want that next big payday. So I put a $5 million check, and I literally wrote it down. It's sitting in my house, because I know how to make money. So it's like, so I've got that, but we're both going to be equal parts of it, because I'm not responsible for $5 million. I used to date women, and I'd be responsible for $5 million, right? It would be exhausting. Now I'm only responsible for 2.5. So that's where I'm at on deep levels. So with you, you're this fucking, I mean, because we're talking and having a blast, okay? You're this great fucking soul. You're beautiful on the outside, and your inside is fucking amazing. I mean, because I can see it. You float when you walk. And I remember when we met at the event, we got into a great conversation about my daughter and some other things.
And the jewelry.
Like, right, the jewelry, you looked at my ring, right, so we went right for it. You know how to go right for it. So this list, this 8-page wish list. Now,
it's 8 pages
call
right
me
now.
Santa David right now, okay? And let's help you manifest. And I think, and if you don't mind getting personal, let other people hear how you're going to manifest, because this is how you find love. So give it to me, how you want to feel, who he is, what it feels like in your presence, and let's take you down the most beautiful path that we possibly can today.
Okay, well, I sectioned it into things like values, physical traits, you know, and I always said, as long as I can get most of it. No one's perfect, and if it was perfect, it wouldn't be exciting. And, you know, it's like, but really, I'm looking for compatibility, you know, and so on things like my life values, you know, he has to have respect. He has to have respect for women. He has to appreciate an independent woman, you know, but I want him to have an independent life. And, you know, I can make my own money, just like you said. I'm responsible for half of mine, you're responsible for half of yours, but, you know, so I don't need to rely on you. But yeah, like, I like being bought nice gifts and traveling, and I like having dinners bought for me and stuff. So, you know, definitely a mix of the traditional sense of I still want him to be a man. You need to be a fucking man, okay? Because I'm so sick of these boys who are just, they don't know their fucking head from their ass. And I want to be the woman. I don't want to wear the pants in the relationship anymore. You know, I want to be the woman. But I am very forward thinking, and I'm very independent, and I run my own company, and if I have to go travel or meeting or job or whatever, that sometimes may come before certain things, and you have to be okay with that, just like I would for you, because I feel like when you love someone enough, you do it so classic. You treat them the way that you would want to be treated, you know? And so getting down into nitty gritty, he has to be hot, obviously, because I have never dated someone that I'm really, really, really attracted to. And I realized that.
Are you kidding me?
No, I swear. And my best friend and some of my other girlfriends were like, you never date a hot guy. Like, you've never dated someone who's even close to being hot like you. And I was like, it's not fair. I said,
why haven't you?
I don't know. And recently I've been trying to, look at their personality and blah, blah, blah. But, like, then when it comes down to sex, I'm like, yeah, okay, great. But I'm looking at their soul, and most of the time it's like, oh, and I don't know. I've never found someone who I am super, super attracted to physically that is compatible, like has half a brain and has my values and would raise children the same way. Because then that's the other thing. If I want kids, you can be great with someone, but they may want to raise a daughter or son a certain way, and you want to raise them, well, there you go, you already have an issue. You may think about money differently. That's going to be an issue in the long run. You may think, even down to like politics or religion or wherever, you guys really have to be compatible. And so, it has to make me laugh. We have to have a compatible sense of humor, because I have a really dark, twisted
me too. So I played you that video of my,
Yeah,
I didn't know you had sarcasm. Yeah, that's.
So I'm
my daughter, I do that all the time with her. Yeah.
So I'm like, you not only have to make me laugh, but like we have to be able to laugh with each other, because at the end of the day, God forbid, shit hits the fan. It's like, I want to be able to laugh with you. I want to be able to just laugh and drink and have fun and party and know when it's time to be serious and know when it's time to hit the grind and hustle and know when it's time to just whatever, and I know I'm not grouping these well, but
no, you're doing good. I'm following. It's interesting because when the clothes are off, I always think of it this way. Mm-hmm. If we're working on the beach on Maui, okay, I want to fucking look at you like you're a fucking goddess all day long. I want to admire you, because I've been a workout person my whole fucking life. I take my shirt off and I look the exact same way I looked when I was 22 years old. So the fact of the matter is that...
Yeah, I want an Adonis.
Yeah, so be specific in that, because I have tried, and I've done this, right? I have dated people who did not have the physical body I was looking for. And they were beautiful. Their faces were beautiful, right? And their souls were great. Yeah. And you know what happened? One of them energetically called me out. She even said it to me. She says, she goes, I'm just afraid we're not attracted to each other. And you know what? I could never get fucking hard. And I don't have problems getting hard. It goes hard, it goes soft, it does its own thing, because...
But you just weren't there.
I wasn't there.
You weren't there, yeah.
Well, because I looked at her body and felt it. I want to feel the female equivalent of me.
Yeah.
That's all I ask for. I ask for that. If I'm a hard body, I want them to be a hard body. If I was soft and had a belly, then they can be soft and have a belly. So
but I put that in. I said I want them to be, physically health conscious, because I'm very health conscious. I want them, and then think about when you're raising kids. Like, you don't want to be with someone who's like, oh, they can have soda. I'm like, no, because I don't drink soda. You know what I'm saying? Or like someone who doesn't drink. I couldn't be with someone who doesn't drink. Not because I don't, respect that, but just because I like to drink and party and have a good time, and I want my partner to be there with me too. So... health conscious.
They can smoke pot while you drink too.
Yeah, that's fine.
They have to have
their thing. That's fine, as long as we
thing that
can
you
party
can do
compatibly.
together.
Exactly.
Because I don't drink that much at all, but if someone drinks, I don't care if they drink at all.
Yeah.
And I'm just getting stoned. We're on the same.
Exactly.
It's the same fucking level.
Yeah.
I'm a health conscious person too, so I can't be with somebody who's sitting around. I dated somebody who's feeding their kids Frosted Flakes.
Yeah, I can't.
Oh my God, it's like diabetes kids. That's all I saw was diabetic children running around.
I can't.
Yeah, so
that's a huge thing. Someone who enjoys going to the gym, being active, someone who at the age of fucking 80, when we're still together, I still want to look at you and be like, damn, I want to fuck you. You're still hot. Even when you're, like, you still care. I always say, I'm like, I will look like this forever. I don't care what I have to do. I will look as good as I possibly can until the day I croak off this earth. I will look good. I will be fashionable. I will take care of myself. And that's what I want my partner to be.
That's I'm the same way. I'm the same way.
Honorable. Gotta be honorable.
Honorable meaning authentic.
Honorable meaning, like, understand what the Knights of the fucking Round Table did and have, like, some respect for being a man. Honorable. You say you're gonna do something, fucking do it.
What's your love language? Have you read that book?
I have.
What are you?
And I had talked about this actually one time on a video, because I kind of vacillate back and forth being the Gemini, but I'm very much touch.
Yeah, I know your touch.
Yeah, I'm very much touched.
Feel
Like, that doesn't.
I can feel you crawling out of your body. Yeah, I can feel you. Yeah.
Like,
ever since you're
very much touch.
Yeah, I know your touch because I can tell the
Yeah.
second I met you, and then when we did a group picture, you like put the arm around.
Yeah, and I think I touched you once or twice. I was like, oh, that's so funny.
Yes, you're very touchy.
I'm very touchy.
I can feel it crawling out of your skin.
Yes, I'm very touchy, and I'm very much. I love. And I can feel, I mean, I'm sure you can too, I can feel another person's energy when I touch them, you know, even if I don't, I can kind of see it, but when I touch them, I'm like, oh yeah, or if it's just like null and void, like they're so closed off, so I'm very touch, and then very much, I think, words, you know, of affirmation, because, I mean, I love gifts, I really do, don't get me wrong, I love me some gifts, like any dude who's gonna buy me stuff, great, but, they're fun, but, you know, just, I don't know, I think there's something more, you know, what you say to someone, and when you tell them your inner secrets or what you feel about them, or, you know, and just, I don't know, I think it's very important, you know, and then time, not so much because it's the time that we're spending that's important, you know, if I'm off shooting a film or whatever and I gotta be gone for 2 months, it's how we're communicating, not the actual time that we're spending in front of each other, even though I may miss you. You know, so for me, I definitely think touch and words.
It's funny, I'm touching words.
Yeah.
But I touch, I am a delayed toucher. I like to tease touch.
Ah!
Yeah, I'm a tease toucher. So
a tease toucher.
I wait to touch. I like to eat somebody up with my eyes. I've always done it.
That's very manly of you.
Yeah,
very manly.
But once I start touching, it's all over. I mean, once I get to feel their body, I'm like, fuck, I can't stop. I mean, my daughter is so funny. It's like I'm like rubbing her back the whole day, and she's like sitting there like fucking dazed out, right? You know, on my lap. She sits on my lap all day long. She's connected to me. We walk the street. The minute we walk down the street, she holds my hand, and then now, because now she's 4'2" almost. She now puts herself up against me, and I put my arm around her, and it's really precious to watch. So. Touch to me is I'm such a Cancer. The little shells around there, but I feel the energetic thing, and I'm words. Oh, do I get off on words?
Yeah, words are super.
Fuck, words turn me on.
But that's where the honorable part comes in, because I'm like, if you say something, fucking back it up, and you know, mean it. You don't have to tell me that I'm the greatest thing that ever. You don't have to drizzle me with, you know, oh, you're amazing. You don't have to worship me. Just if you're gonna say it, just mean it. You know, like if I'm gonna tell a dude I love him, which I've very rarely done, even if I do love them.
Why is that?
Mainly because I want to know for sure that I'm in it. I want to know for sure that, like, if I say this, there have really only been, like I said, 2 people that I truly, truly love. Now, there can be people that I love, but, like, I love them like family or friends, you know, like one of my exes, you know, we didn't end well, but I wasn't in love with him. I loved him, you know, we were good friends, but that cannot make a relationship. But... yeah, with both the 2 guys that I loved, I never used the term love. I came so close, but if I say that, that's what it is, and I'm there with you for the rest of my days.
You are a love virgin. I love it. You are. You're waiting. There's a part of your soul that's waiting.
Really?
See, that's sexy. There's a part of your soul that's really waiting to be fully. These men have not fully made you feel 100% safe or 100% claimed. So that's something.
And like they're worthy of me saying that. They're not worthy of you. They're not, and I don't. That's the other thing. You want to talk about being a queen. If I'm going to say I love you, that means I will take a bullet, jump off a cliff. I will be there with you. I will, whether we stay together or not. You know, that is in me. That is in me, and that doesn't change. You know, and so I've said I love you plenty of times in past relationships, but for me to be like, that love is there. That's huge. So yeah.
You are so ready to be in love.
I'm the biggest romantic. I'm so ready.
Shit. You know what? Let's bring it back one more time tomorrow. Okay?
Yeah.
Talk about romance, all right? So what they learned today was make a list, and that's the reality. Make a list, but make the list based on what you want to feel. Tomorrow, we'll bring you back one more time. We're going to talk about what romance is and how to create that romance.
And that will be entitled Camelot.
Yes, we'll do Camelot. So where can they reach you?
They can reach me at my website, alexandratheartist.com, or on social media, Queen Maitis, Maitis. And you can get my book, The Art of Being a Woman. You can get it on my website. You can get a signed copy there, or you can get it at iTunes, Amazon, or Barnes & Noble.
Perfect. And for the rest of you, we'll bring her back one more time on Monday, Cyber Monday. We're going to talk about cyber love and cyber romance because that's what it's all about because it's 'tis the season to be jolly.